All right, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue Year 8 with our Arizona Coyotes, going up against the Nashville Predators in round number 2. I tried to do a GM mode commentary yesterday, but I was so hungover from the night before, I was messing up every word that I was saying. I was like, all right, boys, welcome back. It's year 5 of our GM mode commentary with the Toronto Maple Leafs, so I kept on trying over and over again, but I literally couldn't get through the first 30 seconds. But I'm well rested, and the GM needs to be well rested because we're going up against a tough Nashville Predator team here. Well, I assume they're tough. They only had 39, 37, and 6, but they made it to round 2, right? So that's something to say. We got by the Anaheim Ducks in round number 1. It was a little bit. I was a little bit worried after game number 1 because we lost 2-1. But then I made the change of Anze Kopitar and Corey Perry on the first line, and behind those guys, we're a better team, no doubt about it. Matthew Barzal might not be a first-line center yet. I was seeing that comment a lot. All right, so with Corey Perry and Anze Kopitar on the first line, we look like a Stanley Cup winning team. Hopefully, I know our regular season record doesn't indicate that, but I still feel like we have a shot this year, all right? So before we take a look at the Nashville Predators and what they're all about, let's go through some fan comments and some fan art. First, you need to trade Nail Yakupov. He's not much of a player. What the hell, man? Last video was Matthew Barzal. Now it's Nail Yakupov. Nobody on the team is safe. You can get a few depth players from his trade value instead of one player that doesn't generate much points. This would be a good trade for next season where you could have an amazing season with this new team if you trade him. All right, so that argument about Nail Yakupov not getting, what did he say? Doesn't generate much points. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, if you look at his stats, I think this year he didn't have the greatest year. Yeah, 52 points, 17 goals. But last year he had 31 goals. The year before that, 25 goals. Year prior to that, 23 goals. I think the same thing with a lot of our players in the top 6 this year. We just have too many point scorers. If I took Corey Perry and Kopitar off the team and it was Barzal and Yakupov on the first line, I'd say he'd be a guaranteed 25 goal scorer. But you got to think, this year we had Tyler Toffoli the whole year. We had Corey Perry the whole year. Lucas Petrie was an 89 overall sniper this year for the first time. We just had too many goal scoring threats. And when I made the move for McMillan, I wanted to either move Nail Yakupov or Tyler Toffoli, and Yakupov was 1 year younger, right? So I decided to go with Yakupov and move Toffoli out. But I like his stats. I mean, as a sniper, he's got a passing rating of 90. His shooting category is 5-star. His offensive awareness could be a little bit higher, but his defensive awareness is 87, so you can trust Nail Yakupov out there. I don't know. I think Nail Yakupov is just fine on this team. You don't have to worry about a player getting older until he's like 32, 33 years old. He's only 28, so you have him for at least another 3 years. So I see what you guys are saying, but there should be no trade talk about any of our roster players. We need to fill them with confidence. I don't want them to be thinking in the back of their mind, where am I going to be? I got to get a place in some other city for next year because I'm not going to be playing in Arizona. I don't want them thinking about that, all right? So come on now, boys. You got to fill the players with confidence. Next one. You can't have a first-line center with a 65 face-off. Anything less than an 80 is silly in my opinion. So going back to Matthew Barzal from the last video, when we took a look at his individual stats, the 3 categories you want for a first-line playmaker, the passing category, offensive category, and the face-off category. His passing is only 86. His offensive awareness is very good at 93, and his face-offs is only 65. So maybe Matthew Barzal would be better suited as a winger, but I can't worry about that this year. He's a center on this roster because if I move him to the wing, who takes the second line job? Bo Horvat? And then one of these 6 guys got to play third line minutes? It's too much of a shakeup. It's something to think about in the offseason when we get there, but for right now, Barzal is either a first line or a second line center. And with Kopitar on the team, he's a second line center, all right, especially during the playoffs. So thank you for the comments, all right? Now let's go through some of the fan arts. Up first, Nashville versus Arizona. What does that say? Nashville can't hold Lou Morris's jockstrap? Oh, baby, that's what I like to see. Lou Morris could be a future captain of the Arizona Coyotes. I know it doesn't show up on the simulation, but during these playoff games, the team loves him. He's chirping the other team. He's finishing every body check. He's spraying the goalie with ice when the play stops. This guy is a playoff performer, is Lou Morris. Doesn't show up in the box score, but I love him. Next one. Ooh, we've seen this style before. I like this. Playoffs, round 2, 2021, 2022. What is that? Yakupov and Forsberg. Very nice. Stanley Cup playoffs, Kopitar and Corey Perry, our new first liners that I'm going to run with now. I got to lead by example behind our veterans. At least I'm on a better team. Oh, is that Chris Letang? Yeah, it's Chris Letang. Chris Letang, he gets the chance to play in the playoffs because the Pittsburgh Penguins weren't there. What the hell is this? Oh, shit. He's infiltrated my messages. I can replace Barzell if you want. I'm known for my clutch goal scoring. I could be the face of the franchise. I have a penchant for golden goals, you son of a bitch. You know you need me. My name is Evgeny Dadonov. Alright, I gotta get some spam control on this shit. Fucking Dadonov. Get out of here. Harvey the Big Mac McMillan. Is that his new nickname? He led our team in goals in the first round. He's got 5 right now. If he continues to score goals, I'll give him that nickname, the Big Mac. But he's got to earn the nickname. One good performance during one round of a 4-round playoffs isn't enough. Alright, so I want to see that continue. McMillan. I'm not calling him Big Mac just yet. And last but not least, are the Coyotes hope... are the Coyotes hope... You guys and your fucking spelling. Oh, man, what have I started? So, are the Coyotes hopeless? Repeat or nah? Well, hopefully we can repeat. So, thank you very much for the fan art, guys. Makes the GM modes a lot better. All right, now let's take a look at the Nashville Predators, the team that we're going up against. I was saying in the last video, you know, a guy like Shea Weber or Pekka Rinne, do you think they still have them on the team? It's only 7 years in, but 7 years in, you know, they could be gone. So their forward core, ooh, look at that. They got Eric Stahl on their team. So Bork, Eric Stahl, and James Neal. They may not be superstars, but I'd imagine Eric Stahl and James Neal got some pretty good poise categories, you know? I like those veteran players that are in the game year one usually stay good for a while. Bork, I don't know too much about, but he's their best player at 87 overall. It's not a spectacular first line, but I'm not going to downplay it either. It's good. Second line, Seasons, Smith, and Forsberg. Now remember, this is the Forsberg or the old roster update. He's a power forward, 86 overall. I wouldn't say his individual stats are outstanding, but 86 is still pretty good. Third line, Colin Wilson, Brendan Dubinsky, and C. Gomes. That's a very good third line. I like that third line a lot, especially with Dubinsky as the third line center. And then the fourth line, Godin, Watson, and Alfaro. All right, nothing too spectacular there. But look, their whole team, I don't see a single sniper, one playmaker. Oh, there's another playmaker on the fourth line. Everybody on their team is either a two-way forward or a power forward. So they may be just like the Nashville Predators right now. They're built for defense. Defensively, Ryan Ellis and Seth Jones. Hey, look at that. That's actually an exact replica of overalls and player types from our team. Ellis and Seth Jones, offensive defenseman, two-way defenseman, both 87s. That's Ekman Larson and Barry. And then the second line, excuse me, Roman Josi and P. Myers. That's not the Buffalo Sabres Myers. That's P. Myers. That's a two-way defenseman at 86 overall, and a defensive defenseman at 84. That's Letang and Myers. Letang and Zadorov, basically. So the defensive core is very similar. Their top 6, Baldev 80 and Fane 81. We have them on the top 6 with Yandel and Mills, but the top 4, very similar. And, oh, look at that, actually, I didn't even mention that. Shea Weber is not on the team, so that's good news. And Pekka Rinne, no. Pekka Rinne is not on the team, but they got this guy, L. Schroeder, 88 overall. So these guys actually may be a tough team to score goals on. I don't feel like... See, we were a bad defensive team during the regular season, so they may be able to score goals on us, and we might not be able to get goals on them, even though we can score goals. Against the 92 overall John Gibson in the Anaheim series, we got goals at will when I had Kopitar on the first line, right? So I think we should be okay, but they made it to the second round for a I just don't like all those two-way forwards and power forwards. That scares me. Injury report, we'll do the last thing here. So the Nashville Predators, so we don't have any injuries to deal with. We have a clean bill of health, which is always a good thing. And the Nashville Predators, they don't have anything either, all right? So both teams at full strength, going head-to-head here in round number 2. Long intro, hang on one second. All right, so here we go. Game 1, home ice advantage. Against the Anaheim Ducks, we lost Game 1. I want to take control of this series. We're not messing around with Barzell on the first line. We got our veterans up there, Kopitar and Corey Perry. So show them what's good, boys. First period, I'm not liking that. James Neal gets a power play goal to open up the goal scoring. A lot of shots in that game so far as well. 13-11. All right, don't worry about it so far. Come on now, boys. You got to answer back. Second period. All right, we got one back. Nail Yakupov. But Philip Forsberg gets one right back for the Nashville Predators. We really started to outshoot them in that period, though. We had 16 shots in that period, or 15, something like that. All right, we're only down by 1. Come on now, boys. Don't let this turn into a... Yes, there you go. Don't let this turn into a bad game. We can solve this goaltender. Yeah, Lou Morris, baby. Lou. I called him a future captain. Oh, man, never mind. Getting ahead of myself. 3-3 game. Baby Lucas Petrie. Oh, that draft. Fuck Dan McKenzie. Ah, for fuck's sake, Forsberg is second of the game. Man, this is an offensive game right here. Who's going to take it? 5 minutes left. Oh, we going overtime? Yes, we're going in overtime. Let me slow this baby down a little bit. But I was going to say, screw that draft. We got Lou Morris and Lucas Petrie getting goals for us. But Forsberg ties it up with 8:06 remaining. We got 41 shots on the net. They only have 28. So far, it looks like Schroeder is the better goaltender in this game. Come on now, Hope. I got hope, Hope. I got hope. I got hope. Power play. Oh, penalty kill. Oh, power play. Yeah, baby. McMillan, the Big Mac. I'll call him the Big Mac now. He just got an overtime goal. He's continuing his goal scoring. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Game 1. Holy shit. They were able to score goals. What did I say, man? I was saying that we might not be able to score goals. That wasn't the case. So our high-scoring offense continues. Nail Yakupov from Barzal and the Big Mac. Horvat from Strome and Barry. Lou Morris from Zach Smith. Petrie from Kopitar and Corey Perry. McMillan from Barzal and Yakupov. Everybody stepped up. All right? Everybody. And if Barzal and Yakupov are better suited for the second line with McMillan in there, that could lead us to a very filthy finish here, because we know Kopitar and Corey Perry can get it done on the first line. And if we find that perfect combination for Barzal, Yakupov, and McMillan on the second line, you never know, man. You never know. All right. So McMillan got that win. I'm a little bit worried that they were able to score that many goals, though, because I said, all they have is two-way forwards and power forwards on that team, but they got to hope a lot on that. So hopefully we can continue. If we can continue to score like that, I'm not worried at all. They got an 88 overall goaltender and all those defensive players. That's what I'm worried about. The games where we only get 2 goals, are they going to be able to beat us 5-2, 4-2? I don't want that. Come on now, boys. Game 2, home ice, first period. All right, I'll take that. 11 shots to 9. All right, nothing to say. Second period, something to say here. Nail Yakupov gets another one. So Yakupov is answering all the critics who were saying that I should trade him. He's got 3 goals, I think, so far. Craig Smith and G. Rue Legault, a defenseman. That must have been their top 6 defenseman, or maybe they had an injury. So again, we're going into the third period down by 1. We came back in the last game, boys. We can do it again. It's only 1 goal, and we've only got 1 so far in this one. So come on, we're due for more. Couldn't score in the power play. Oh, come on, boys. 30 shots on the net. Come on, boys. 5 minutes. Power play. Come on, boys. That's what I'm scared of. See, this is what I'm scared of. This is what I don't like about the Nashville Predators. If they're the kind of team that can keep us off the scoring sheet, all right? Against the Anaheim Ducks, we were able to score at will once we put Kopitar and Corey Perry on the first line, right? And I know they had the 92 overall John Gibson, who was better than the 88 overall Schroeder, but I felt like the Nashville Predators' top 9 is just stacked with mid-80 two-way forwards or power forwards. Are we going to be able to solve that? And they had a decent defensive core as well, the exact same as ours. So you know what? I'm not going to make any line changes just yet. We had a lot of goals in Game 1, got no goals in Game 2. Let's just see what can happen in Game number 3. If there's 2 back-to-back games where we only get 1 goal, I might do some line changes. All right? First period. Whoa! Holy shit, I don't think that's ever happened. The Arizona Coyotes. Where the hell did that happen the last game? We had 23 shots on the net. Nail Yakupov, Anze Kopitar, the Big Mac, Pierlini, Letang, and Jesse fucking Mills. It's all over the ice. We got 6 goals in the first period, and we kicked Schroeder out of the net. Godobin's in there. Oh my god. Good job, boys. Where the hell did that come from? Second period. All right, very nice. Shut her down now. 35 shots on the net. Holy shit. 7. Okay, don't embarrass them now. They're on home ice. Okay, well, you can go ahead and embarrass them, I guess. You guys got to feel good about yourselves. Jesus, I don't think I've ever seen that. Name me a GM mode commentary of the year, the playoff round, where I scored 6 goals in a quick sim of the first period. Holy shit. 6 goals. 52 shots on the net. We must have just tore them up. We got embarrassed. I ripped into them the game before. How does a team like us only get 1 goal for? There's no way. Yakupov gets another from Letang and Yandel. Kopitar, Ekman Larson, and Petrie. McMillan, the Big Mac from Yakupov and Barzal. I really like that. I think the second line, they're really waking up here in the second round here. McMillan, Yakupov, and Barzal. And don't worry about who's getting the goals. If the line keeps on consistently goal scoring, that's all I care about. Pierlini from Strome and Barzal. Barzy again. Letang from Yakupov and Yandel. Mills from Yakupov and Yandel. And then everything else was just like salt in the wound, basically. Holy crap. 8-1 victory. So, I was worried we might not be able to score goals on these guys, but in 2 out of the 3 games, we got, 13 goals for? All right, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's take a 3-1 series lead. They win this game 1-0 or 2-1. It's 2-2. All these goals don't matter. You got to win games. All right, so let's continue that. Yeah, baby. The Big Mac. He gets the first shot of the game, and he gets the first goal of the game. Continue it, baby. First period. All right, I'll take that. And Nail Yakupov gets another one. Who was saying that Yakupov needs to go? Man, you got depth goal scoring on this team. Kopitar and Corey Perry can relax a little bit. Their second line is taking over. Second period. All right, they get one back. Ryan Ellis, right-handed slap shot from the point. They're out shooting us. Holy shit, they're out shooting us by double, 29-15. All right, Brendan Hope. I got hope in you, son. Come on now, Brendan. I got hope. I got hope. That's all I got to say. I got hope. I got hope. I got hope, baby, please. I got hope. Yeah! And the Big Mac hits an empty netter to ice it. And the Arizona Coyotes beat the Nashville Predators 3-1 to take a 3-1 series lead in round 2 of the Western, of the playoffs, of the Stanley Cup playoffs. McMillan from Barzell again. Barzell another assist. Ryan Letang, Yakupov from Barzell again, and McMillan from Barzell. All right. So Barzell, he may not be getting goals, but maybe McMillan was the perfect piece for that puzzle on that second line. You know, put a playmaker, sniper, and power forward together. Look what McMillan's doing. And Barzell's leading our team in assists with 12. Holy crap. All right, let's keep this going. The way that we've arranged the lines right now, I don't have to worry about Kopitar, Yandel, or Corey Perry. Letang, McMillan, Yakupov, and Barzell are taking over. Game 5, baby. We can take this. We're up 3-1. Home ice advantage. First period. Oh, Matthew Barzell, before I can do anything, he gets a power play marker. First period. All right, they get it right back. James Neal. All right, Matthew Barzell, he's finally starting to wake up. Good job, kid. Second period. All right, there you go. Tyson Barrie gets a goal. Boys, let's just end it right here. No messing around. Let's get right off to that third round. All right, we're the better team. Fuck! Brendan Dubinsky, third line center. God damn it. We're the better team, though. I don't care. This game's not over. We're the better team. Let's go, boys. Who's going to step up for the Arizona Coyotes? Penalty kill. I got hope. I'm not even going to stop the sim. I got hope in our team, baby. I got hope in our goalie, our defensive core, our forwards. The Big Mac, maybe? Matthew Barzell? Nail Yakupov? One of these guys are going to get the goal. I know it. I just know it. I feel it in my veins. I just do. Give me the goal. Yeah, baby. Lucas Petrie. It wasn't the second line. It was the first line. But Brendan Hope shuts them down. And the Arizona Coyotes deal with the Nashville Predators in 5 games. Hell yeah, son. We got real good goal scoring. We got decent goaltending. And our second line showed up. Petrie from Kopitar and Corey Perry in overtime. So when we needed that elimination goal to send us off to the next round, you leave it up to our veterans. But our second line tore it up in that round. Hell yeah, baby. All right, hang on one second. So that series went very well. We only lost 1 game. We lost 2 games against the Anaheim Ducks. Lost 1 game against the Nashville Predators. So we are 8-3 so far in the playoffs. We are on a tear, and I think we found the right roster setup. Oh, hang on a second here. What the hell? The Big Mac's been injured with an injured groin. Estimated return is May 13th. Replace player. You know what? Okay, that's okay. He might not even miss a game here because we finished the series so quickly. Hopefully the other series go to 7 games. He's going to be back right here. Hopefully he comes back. Come on. Another series, go 7 games. If all the series end in like 5 games, I'll be pissed. Go 7. Go 7. There you go. McMillan's ready to play in the next game. Thank God. All right, so we don't have to worry about it. McMillan replaced by McMillan? Or McMillan, and then this is Macmillan. Yeah, this is Macmillan. Yeah, Macmillan. I can't say McMillan. It's Macmillan. The Big Mac. He's earned that nickname now, man. 2 rounds, and he's been able to show up for us. All right, there you go. McMillan and Bileski we have as our depth players. All right, so Macmillan is back in there. Don't have to worry about him. I've already replaced him. He's gone back on the power play and everything. He's got 3 more days, so he's got a day-to-day injury. Okay, this is good. He's going to be back to full health. Yep. All right, so in round number 3, the Western Conference Finals, we got the Winnipeg Jets, baby. So let me just simulate ahead here. Yeah, there you go, the Winnipeg Jets. I was reading some of your comments, and you guys want to be able to see the lines before the next round so that you can make some fan art. So I won't go through it in depth. I'll just give you guys a quick look at all the rosters. You can pause it. I don't even want to kind of look at it myself. All right, you can pause it and see the rosters. All right, there you go. Yeah, so let's take a look at some of the stats here and who's producing for us during the playoffs. I got to say, that second line really stepped up for us. Yakupov, Barzell, and McMillan, man. And the thing is, I don't need to move them up to the first line. I can if we get into problems, but it seems like they're just working perfectly behind our leaders, Kopitar and Corey Perry. So Barzal, talking about him not being a first-line center, if we can find the right line mates for him, I think he can put up just as many points as Kopitar or Corey Perry, all right? He's got 14 in 11 games played. McMillan's got 13, but he's got 9 goals in 11 games played. Anze Kopitar's got 11 points in 11 games played, all right? So he's just Mr. Solid. Nail Yakupov, he's got 11 in 11 games played, so he's putting up good stats. Lucas Petrie, 8 points. Corey Perry, look at that. Corey Perry's dropping off a little bit, but that's okay. I don't mind about that, man. That's actually... He won us the Stanley Cup last year. I got my cup with Corey Perry. If he turns into a depth player, hey, I have no problem with that, especially if Yakupov, Petrie, McMillan, and Barzal are all pulling their weight. You know what I mean? What I said before, not everyone can get points. As long as we're winning games, I don't care who gets the points. Dylan Strome's got 5. Horvat's got 4. All right, Lou Morris, he got 2 points. Remember, I said his job is big out there. He's chirping everyone. Chris Letang, what a fucking trade that was, boys. He's leading our team in points, or our defenseman in points, 12 points. Keith Yandel, got to hold on to Captain Keith. No goals, but he got 10 assists. All right, so that's why he still stays. All right, goaltenders, Brendan Hope, 2.17 goals against average, 8-3-0, and a save percentage of 92.96. So Brendan Hope's having another great year. He gets it done in the playoffs, man. He really does. And we've made it to the Final Four. So I don't want to jinx ourselves, but I think we've defended our Stanley Cup with a very good season. Even if we are to lose to the Winnipeg Jets, to get back to the Final Four after defending or after winning the Stanley Cup, you've proved that you're an elite team. For sure we are. All right, but I don't want to stop there. I want to keep going. I want to get by the Winnipeg Jets and then get by either Columbus or Buffalo. That's interesting over there, all right? But the Winnipeg Jets, Western Conference Finals. I will see you guys there.